Sometimes the most important thing that can happen in our life is that we realize that we're stuck. Jim Rohn used to talk about the concept that we are either green and growing or ripe and rotting. And I think that there's no more profound concept when it comes to our own life. As humans, we're actually programmed to want more and more in our life, and that is okay as long as we're not attached to getting more. But what happens is sometimes people realize they don't want for more, and therefore their life gradually gets worse and worse and worse because they're not in that green and growing state and they're actually stuck. And when we're stuck, our life starts to go backwards. So, how do you know if you're stuck or if you're green and growing? There are a couple of core areas that are really easy to know if you're stuck. You hate your life or you hate your job, or you're feeling anxiety on a regular basis, or you're feeling down, or just like life is a little bit blah. If that's the case, then this playlist is definitely for you. There are some other areas, though, that are not quite so obvious when we're stuck. The feeling-based ones are when we find ourselves saying we're good or okay. So intellectually, our thinking level is going, no, we're okay, but our feeling is that we don't say, life is awesome. So we don't push that out there. Or we might feel like we've got all the success that we need, but we don't feel excited by our success. So there's a gap between how we thought we'd feel and how we actually do feel. Or we might actually find ourselves to be drinking a little bit more than we'd like, or we think we're okay with the drinking, but we find ourselves questioning how much we're drinking or how much we're using drugs of one form or another. So these are all signs that we're stuck at an unconscious level without being really clear. The quicker we get clear about being stuck, the quicker we can actually free ourselves up and have life feeling really good on a consistent basis. There's also some thinking that's really indicative of when we're feeling stuck, and it's when other people give us the irrits. So we see people who do stuff that's just not right or that's really tedious. We've got colleagues who irritate us, and we sit in meetings and we find ourselves either feeling like people don't listen to us, or that people should shut up a bit more, or that I wish people would speak up and I wouldn't have to do all the work for them. So all these phrases and this type of thinking and things that we might find ourselves saying, like, can you step up, or come on, you need to put in more. These are all signs that we are actually stuck within ourselves because we're expecting other people to shift in order for us to feel good. So when that's the case, we're actually puppets to the external. So the idea is to be able to acknowledge, I'm a bit stuck in my life, and there's something that I'd like to improve in my life and unstick myself. The other form of being stuck that's a little bit more, insidious is when we start questioning why. Why bother with life? Now, this can creep up gradually. So if our life, we're sort of sliding down and we've been stuck for a little while without realizing it, then we can end up sort of slipping quite low and questioning, why even bother? Why do I bother showing up to work? Why do I bother working so hard? Why do I bother contributing to my family because they don't seem to give anything back? Why is a big alert flag for the fact that we're actually feeling stuck. So again, this playlist is all around how to understand if you're stuck, why people get stuck, and how to move beyond that stuckness. So I hope this video has been useful to you, and keep watching to find out more.